Well, hello and welcome to the Proper Scoundrels podcast. It is Blake and Jeremiah again, and we're just going to be rambling on tonight and just see where everything goes.
Did you say prodcast?
Did I?
I think you did.
Oh,
I like it, though. I like it. Let's prodcast it.
let's prod, yeah.
Prodcast this bitch.
Yeah, we're poking and prodding. See what I did there? Yeah.
Yes. I enjoy it. So, let's see. Do we have any updates on news that we've covered? I do have an observation on news that we have covered.
Okay.
What else have you heard about New Year's Day?
Nothing.
Nor have I.
Yeah. Heard nothing, which is weird, So, you were spot on with the fact that we got a Green Beret that just crashed out because he got kind of paranoid. I think that's where everything led, but nothing more about the New Orleans dude. He might have been a lone wolf, but that ISIS flag is telling you something.
Well, I mean, it was established that he was radicalized. Whether he was actually controlled or not, I've never heard anything because we've moved on to new and more interesting subjects, I guess. But yeah, both of those stories just gone.
Yeah.
Not talking about them anymore.
Weird.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
So
what did we miss while that was happening?
Yeah. So we all had those New Year's resolutions or goals for the year, right? How's yours going?
So the winter bulk is going.
Okay.
I'm almost up to 210. That was not really on my list.
Oh, chunky boy.
But I'm also not sort of chunky, sort of hunky. That's what
Hey.
I mean,
Don't you have that shirt?
No, there's a Gym Crush has that shirt.
Gotcha.
And he talks to me.
Ooh.
I know. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not one of the cool kids. Don't fuck up your groove here, man.
Man, you are looking good though, man. A lot more definition and stuff.
It until I do a handstand.
Have you tried it anymore?
Oh yeah, every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I practice it every day. Like this morning, I was holding them for 25 seconds. Mostly supported on the wall, but I get up on the wall and then I kind of come off, and that's when I start counting. And every now and again, I'll tap on it, but I don't fall.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm working on that. Getting slightly stronger on the L sits, but that's a February one. That's not really a January one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I in January I really started hitting the gym every day. I'm going, and I've been taking a vitamin in my leg.
Vitamin T.
Yeah, some vitamin T. That's what we're gonna call that. Vitamin T. Yeah, baby. I still don't really know that. I'm not as big as Derek from More Plates, More Dates. So
when you texted about him the other day, I had to look him up. It's I have never seen that dude.
That is so weird because I feel like you've probably had his influence in your circle. If you haven't actually listened to any of his stuff, but he's a fascinatingly smart and well-spoken man about this topic. He may be dumb as a rock about how to stop a car, but when it comes to the topic of vitamin T, he's, phenomenally brilliant.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've never really seen him, but the people I primarily see is people like Sam Sulek, some of the old school bodybuilders like Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, C-Bum. I guess we can call him old school because he's retired now.
I did hear that Jay Cutler was able to walk again.
He's never had an issue walking. Ronnie Coleman has.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry.
Ooh. Well, I mean, they're from the same time, so I'll
Yeah,
give that one to you.
I can see him in my mind, the black guy.
Yeah. Lightweight,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah. Um, I know that Derek has talked about all of those men,
Mm,
and and he's been on so many different podcasts. He's been on Rogan. He's been on Modern Wisdom. I think he's been on Genius Life. He's been on Brian Atika. He's been on Huberman.
mm.
Like he is a definite an authority on that subject. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't
I
think he's a
probably
fan of Sam Sulek though.
You don't think so?
I I think he's very much against the especially young people blasting gear.
Sam's like, I don't think he's even 25 years old. I think he's like 23.
I don't think he's gonna make it to 30.
Yeah, oof.
I don't know what the goal is though. Like, what is he trying to accomplish? It seems odd. Like I don't get it. I'm just trying to carry my own coffin. That's what I want to do.
I'm looking up how old he is.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that you're right. I think he's 23. You're looking disappointed.
23.
I don't know why you doubt yourself. I don't doubt you.
Wait, he just turned 23. His birthday is February 7th.
Oh, that's today. Today is
Yeah.
his birthday.
Yeah.
Today is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Gonna give it up for Sam Sulek right here. If you quit doing what you're doing, many more. If you don't, who knows? All right, so on a real no homo kind of moment,
Uh-oh.
like I want to see people like that naked. Not for like, Jackie Powers or anything. Like I'm just curious. Like what has happened to your body? Because that's one of the things that I worry about. Is like I don't want especially the boys, or like I don't want the cousins to shrink up completely.
But if you think about it, okay, if they shrink up, then that means your dick's going to get bigger by proxy.
By perception, not by proxy.
By proxy, they're right there together.
Well, I mean, I did clear the underbrush, so the tree does look taller.
See?
Yeah, I'll show you.
That's important. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, oh, you said it was important. I'm going to do it now. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't. But no, people like Sam Sulek. It's like I'm sure there's pictures of him in some sort of posing strap. Like I don't really necessarily need to see the goods or the bads at this point. I'm just like I really just want to see his body. I want to see his skin because that's another thing that I've been very worried about is keeping my skin healthy. I don't want to just like slam into appropriate age image.
Yeah, he's cutting right now. So I mean he looks decent, like as far as like skin wise, but like I think his back, like he's got that bad back knee because blasting gear does that to you.
Yeah. Um yeah, I don't know. I take some vitamins. Trying to keep myself. Y'all better not be bringing in no damn skunk. There's a skunk somewhere around here. But then they're the type they'll fucking make friends with it.
I've got a coyote around my house right now, and we're waiting on him.
Maybe he'll take care of the skunks.
He's taking good care of my chickens.
Hmm,
He's killed 3 this week.
damn it, man.
Yep.
He got to go. He got to
Yep.
pay rent or he got to go.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
I haven't got him yet, but I will.
Yeah. It's the circle of life. So, yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm not trying to get like that. I'm not um, away from the idea that, my vitamins are probably going to help me look more the way that I want to look.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to have to up my dose because I don't really feel much different than when I started. I mean,
How long have you been running?
at the first full week of January.
Okay.
So, like, I
A
think,
month.
yeah, so yeah, right at a month. So, um, 4 or 5 weeks. And I feel like I should be feeling something. I mean, I've been purposefully eating a little more food. Um, I have not. Now, one of my January goals was to not eat out any, and I did fail at that.
Hmm.
But I did not eat out as much as I typically would have, and so and let's see, I can't remember what my other goals were.
Hmm. There's 3, right?
God, it seems like there was.
Was there a reading one? I know I had a reading one, but didn't you have one?
I think so, and I think I would call that one a success because I have been reading. I'm reading a book right now called "Talk to Strangers."
I'm reading War of the Flea right now.
I
I
think I
think you
recommended
recommended
it.
it. Yes, you did. Have you read it?
No, but I've heard it's fantastic. But it sounded
Huh.
more like a topic that you would be interested in than me.
Yeah, it's a history lesson, and I appreciate history.
Which one is that one about? Is that
Guerrilla warfare.
yes, yes? That was very much one. When I read the little synopsis on it, I was like, oh yeah, Blake will like this.
Yeah, it's a good one, and like there's a lot of things that you don't realize that happened, like the Cuba thing, how Fidel Castro became um what do you want to call him, dictator there?
Yeah.
Is he started out with like 36 dudes, and like 24 of them got killed or captured. So he retreated in the mountains with 12, him and 11 other people. And through persistence and doing little small hits here and there, like he took over an entire island, like he took over the country of Cuba and kicked Batista out. Um,
Oh yeah. Did did we not somehow support that?
I'm not sure. I remember we had the Bay of Pigs fiasco. You remember that?
Well, I mean, not in real life, but yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember learning about it. I don't think I was alive then, or if I was a baby.
That was like
Oh,
60s in the
I
60s.
wasn't alive. I wasn't alive. I'm from the late 1900s, but not the mid 1900s. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess maybe like without thinking, what are the mid 1900s?
The mid 1900s. Oh God. And it
Yeah.
had to be the
So
50s
compare
and
it
60s.
to the early 1900s and the late 1900s. What
40s
would be
or
the
60s.
yeah? So I'm from the late 1900s. I
Yeah.
was thinking 25 to 75 would be the mid.
I think that's too broad of a thing.
No, I mean, so but it like it buttons up really nice.
Maybe 30 to 70. How about that?
I mean, still late 1900s,
Yeah.
but but yeah, it's interesting to me to really study how many times we have supported guerrilla warfare. Like, and by we, I mean this.
Afghanistan?
By we, I mean the CIA.
Yes, Afghanistan did
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah. When Russia was in Afghanistan, and we thought we were a better superpower to go in there.
Yeah.
And
And like one of the interesting things about the war on the fleet is they were talking about the Vietnam War. And like we portray the Vietnam War as like a very noble, like we've got to go out there and help these people. We've got to stop the spread of communism and all this stupid shit. But if you look at it from the Vietnam or the Vietnamese side of the house, like we were the aggressor, you know?
I think, so yeah, we were also the aggressor in Afghanistan. And I've said it many times that people don't like it when I say it, but the movie Red Dawn is all about the Taliban.
Mm-hmm.
It's a group of young religious boys that fight off an invader in their home country,
Yeah.
based primarily on their religion. That's why they're doing it, not because they don't want us there. They just believe their religion says we shouldn't be there.
That's like a very multifaceted thing because you have those people that are truly like terrorists that are doing bad things, and then you have people that are just fighting off invaders. So it's like, what do you
Do
do? What do
you
you say?
do you think the CIA is capable or responsible for any terrorism?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
So we're really not much different than the Taliban, except that we like chicks.
Not goats.
Well, we like goats too. And, like, especially when you get into politics and religion, we like boys.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, and the Taliban really likes boys
Yeah.
and goats. They just don't like chicks. We like chicks. We're cool with chicks. We're like, yeah, be a chick. We're okay with gays too. We don't throw them off of buildings.
Anymore.
No, we wouldn't throw them off the building. We would always just like curb them and drag them behind cars and tie them to fences in Wyoming.
Time defenses in Wyoming. I don't know about this one.
So one of the most significant events in tolerance history was the death of Matthew Shepard in Wyoming. He was abducted, probably went with these two boys willingly at the time, but they beat him to an inch of his life and tied him to a fence in Wyoming. And by fence, it's more like a snow break. It keeps the snow from blowing up and making huge mounds,
Mm-hmm.
and keeps animals in a general location. But yeah, so they found him pretty much crucified, and it was all because he was gay.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was that was one of those, like, that was probably the early 90s.
Hmm.
And it was just a really sad story that was mainly covered by MTV.
Wow. I've never heard of it.
Yeah. And then there's been a lot of small town. It's basically a lynching,
Mm-hmm.
but they'll find gay people and drag them behind cars, or set them on fire on a pile of tires and stuff like that. So it's just never been, we talk about Afghanistan right now. Our history's not that much better.
Yeah. Like going back to the CIA thing, I had to Google it real quick. I couldn't remember the name of it, but are you familiar with Operation Northwoods?
I recently heard something about that, but I cannot remember what it was about.
All right, so long story short, in 1962, we were in the middle of the Cold War, and this was like post Bay of Pigs thing that like we had our hand in, and like we were trying to tell these people like if you revolt against Cuba, we are going to help you, and then the shit fell flat on its face, and we're like, wasn't us. you know.
Mhm.
But the CIA planned to bomb like a coffee shop in New York, um, and blame it on Cuba. It was like a false flag operation. And John F. Kennedy said, no, we're not doing that. But they were absolutely going to do some damn terrorism and say Cuba did it, you know? Just like there's nuclear weapons in Iraq. Let's go over there, you know? What other big events happened in New York that could have been planned by the government?
I don't think there's any that happened at the World Trade Center.
The World Trade Center. What was that? I don't remember that.
It's just some dusty old buildings. They finally knocked them down. They built a nice, pretty one.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Do you know that there's a building in New York that is a skyscraper that is it's a blackout. Like in all the lights of New York, there's this one building that has no windows, has no lights, and only has two entrances. I'm going to put a picture of it up right here so that everyone can see it. But do a quick Google search for windowless building New York. It is interesting. They said that it was a switching center for telephone lines.
33 Thomas Street,
Yes.
formerly the
Yes.
AT&T Long Lines building, a 550-foot tall, windowless skyscraper.
Yep. That no one's ever been in.
Mm.
Yeah. Heavily guarded entrances. Like, what's going on there?
That's interesting. I've never heard of that.
Because they don't want you to.
Oh, I will. That'll give me something to work with tomorrow. So
Yeah.
here's one of the things I do at work. I have a pilot that and he may make an appearance on this podcast, but I have a pilot that I find some outlandish conspiracy theories, and I bring a new one up every day, and it drives him nuts. Um, I believe half of them, but I don't tell him what half I believe. I just go along with them, and it just ruins his entire day.
God, it's like we're related.
It it makes me happy because it gets him so worked up.
I know a lot about that. Like, I used to go to this place called Lincolnton, and it was a little bit east of Buncombe.
Fucking quit.
Just saying. I don't know anything about goading people at all.
I hate you.
Yeah, that's okay. I do too.
You know, I still refer to that one area within the county we served the way you called it with the hyphenated E.
The French pronunciation.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still call it that.
Yeah, they love that.
Yeah, I hated it, but now that's what I just refer to it as.
Yeah, because people are like, what? I've never heard that word before. I'd never be able to spell that word, but I know exactly what word you just said.
Yeah, me and the fire chief was talking over there, and he gave me like the history of like the name and like how it got there, and I told him that, and he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with y'all?"
That's the one that liked me, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I miss that guy. He's a cool dude.
yeah. I just talked to him yesterday. I called him for some advice.
We should invite him on.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
he'd
don't,
be great. He's a busy man though. He's like doing all kinds of stuff. He's the mayor over there. Not really, but that's what we call him.
yeah. Well, he's always been that way, but every single time I've had conversations with him, I have come away from them and I'm like, that was absolutely divine time.
Hmm. Yeah, he's really helped me out and like helped kind of mold me and stuff. And he just like he'll say stuff, and it's just like these little nuggets of information that like you can take something back from.
Yeah, I agree. Like he was definitely someone that I always wanted to consider an ally and never had reason to believe that we weren't.
Yeah, so his brother is probably one of the. I'll go out on a limb and say he's probably the smartest rescuers in the state, and he took me under his wing, and I ate that shit up, man. He taught me so much about just rescue and great times.
Hell yeah. Yeah, yeah.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.